Hello, gamers. Welcome to episode 2 of the Dark Elf Malekith Warhammer 2 bullshit. We came down here at the end of last episode. We confederated the red faction. We confederated up north. We are actually consolidating a lot of power. We don't really have any major threats. I mean, Ulth 1 will inevitably come to invade. Kinda what they do all the time. Every day. We have rebellions, which kind of suck. And then Oxalotl, at the end of last episode, I get to talk about, but I founded another army up here because I knew Oxalotl was soon going to come for me. He had defeated the other Dark Elves. Also, if you guys hear me aspirating, like, for breath, like, in between sentences, I absolutely fucked myself up today. Like, I had a very busy outside morning, and being outside is not my favorite thing in the world. You know, maybe or maybe not I have panic attacks. We won't get into that, gamers. But, point being, I'm just a little bit out of breath. I've just had a high heart rate for like an hour or two. Let's continue, though. We've got Malekith kind of always stationed at Nagaron now, just to, he moves up north if there's the Chaos Invasion. He moves, east if there's a threat, south to assist the, we have the Dread Fleet, south, I forget what it's called. Doesn't really matter. East is not going to be a threat for much longer. At least not east in this northern section in Norska. We're just going to eat them alive. We thought about confederating Malice. He, to the bitter end, said no. And then he got absolutely obliterated and destroyed the next turn. He really thought he was going to do some fucking good there. He could not. Oxalotl, I guess, thought he could do some good too. I sweep through his land. The second we killed Oxalotl, he's fucked. Torix came from our south. You know, he's gathering dread and stuff. I don't really hold it against the guy. Also, if you see the screen flash black, that has to do with my recording software. It records, only when the game... So if the game freezes, it just flashes black. And that's, it sucks, but... I mean, it's more reasonable than crashing the software, which is what it used to do the last update. I'm thinking of bringing my people north. We gotta bring my people north, especially if there is a... What do you call it? If we're about to do the ritual thing. I like having at least one legendary lord on our northern front. Usually 2 or 3. I mean, we aren't stacking too much cash right now. We need... we're getting like 4,000 a turn, 5,000. We can afford to beef up these armies to hold our northern front. And our most northernmost front, our most northern front, that, the province that Throt kind of controls usually in campaigns, or he doesn't have a huge issue with. That very... I scrolled out and saw it, but I couldn't read it. That strip that's like 4 Norscan settlements at the very north of the map. I like that region. I really do, because, you only have to build the one wall structure, and that gives you a pretty good garrison. And then, it's just a decent area. And Norska, or invading Chaos, when we pop these rituals, will almost always do that, attack that northernmost region first and foremost, which feels fucking lovely. It means we don't have as much of a challenge with it, and it's going to be a much easier fight in the end. And with that, pretty much, that battle right there, we have eliminated basically all the chaos threats. And now Torox, who is tearing up through our land, which I just didn't mention before, just like the Oxalotl, I wanted to get my point out. We're going to kick his ass 2 ways from Sunday with Malekith. We were able to move Malekith down here because we are no longer concerned with the Chaos Invasion to the north. I think I was a little bit rambly before, but my point being, those Marauder settlements at the northernmost strip have good garrisons. They kind of kick Chaos's ass when they invade. Now, they'll never really defeat an army on their own, but they will weaken the fuck out of it. We have some sort of rogue army here. I hate fucking rogue armies. This one is fun to fight, and I have fought it before, and I did fight in this playthrough. I forget when, or maybe it wasn't this playthrough. We're also gonna fuck with the high elves. You know, we don't like them for various valid reasons. And then
The third victim was also known to the sorceress, but this was no enemy. The pupil looked upon her teacher and saw the true cost of dark magic. Success breeds expectation, and the Witch King demands. Especially when there are others who incite their own rituals of possession over the vortex.
a cutscene, then a cutscene. That's what it was. We're moving down here. The fucking high elves had really advanced into our territory. I mean, you can tell everything else here is Skaven or Bloodground, so it either literally cannot become a city, or it already is one. Oxy had, you know, come to me for peace. No longer. I didn't even mention it because I was going to go to war with him again. I knew he was going to build up some troops, come back into my territory, think he has no fucking, you know, go for some backwater city of mine, like in the middle of my territory, and then steamroll from there, which is what I would do in an Oxalao campaign. I thought I was going to lose this if I didn't not auto-resolve, so that's what I did. If you guys hear my cat, he is napping. He's a good boy. I think he might have just left my room. I'm not sure. But this wasn't too hard of a fight. They didn't stack so many troops. I had spellcasters. I had a lot of abilities. I wasn't exactly worse off. Now, we were kind of suffering just a bit, but yeah, we really did. We did well. We didn't. Axolotl kind of pisses me off. Like, as a lord, I enjoyed playing the shit out of him. Of course I did. Like, he was one of my favorite lords I've ever played. But versing him kind of fucking sucks. And he kind of pissed me off as a lord, because I felt maybe he should have been mounted. I know he's based off of a tabletop character. I'm almost certain that tabletop character has an optional mount. Like, because doesn't Thoric Ironbrow, he has a Carnosaur mount, but they didn't put that in the game. I mean, there's just certain ones like that yeah, they don't put everything in the game, and that's okay. We're absolutely eating these dudes alive. We've killed the majority of their troops. We have them fleeing. We're just making sure to get them all to leave, all to have true fear, true flee. And then we're going to go for actual Axolotl. Send him on out here. He's somewhere up in here. We're going to just target him with every single troop. He's shooting at my lord. It's absurd. And we're just going to absolutely destroy. You know, he's not unbreakable. So we just beat the absolute shit out of him. I sent my guys to chase him down. I think I saved that battle. I could put that in there. I didn't. I just don't really do the replay shit. I think for the next DLC, when it comes out, the one after Shadows of Change, I'm for sure gonna do something way fancier with that. I think I'm gonna have like 4 episodes, one for each lord, and they'll be like hour-long, fun, just absolute nonsense. We got Malekith up here. It was a bit longer before a ritual, so I didn't really mind. We took their capital. You know, they had a army and they had the really fucking huge garrison. But we took the capital, we made some bank sacking it, and then they begged for peace. We'd driven them up onto this coastal shelf, so I didn't really see it as a, oh my god, I'm so sorry, guys, that made some noise. The microphone stand I have this on is like 3 legs that I like to hold like a microphone, and they make some noise, so I do sincerely apologize. We're going to make some final pushes here. The issues are the High Elves are now our main threat. They're here with their Great Eagles. They're here with their Lothern Sea Guards. Now, none of their armies are Doom stacks, but they do spell Doom. Cult of Pleasure is getting attacked by Clan Rictus. Sucks. Means we've got to go fuck up Clan Rictus. That's okay, though. We've got the Radiant, we've got all these high-level legendary lords now rolling into our territory with just quirked up, base-boosted armies. We're going to take out Clan Rictus's most northernmost settlement just to screw them over because it was on the cusp of our territory, and now all of their summons are to the south. This is Alarielle moving further in. She was harassing one of our Dreadfleet admirals, I have to think. It's alright, though. Because we got this. We got one of their cities. We're hoping to push them off of the continent. She came up here. She got her ass kicked by Malekith. Just ate her alive. And this is the most basic army comp. You know that YouTube thing? Where it's like red, green, and blue. It sorts your homepage by that, and it's just nonsense. No offense, YouTube. I don't really understand it, but I understand it's cool for some people. Instant ban. I'm gone, guys. Sorry, I'm fucking off the platform, deplatformed. No, Malekith's army is kind of like that. It's all yellow. Like I have them with the Mournfang cavalry just because they're pretty solid cavalry, and I feel like they can burst through lines better than a lot of the Dark Elf cavalry. And then we have them with some like bolt throwers and stuff. They are going for some sort of city. That's gosh awful. We're gonna keep pushing on Clan Rictus. Just absolutely pissed them off. And now these guys, they took a settlement in our, I talk about this. I fortify our borders. I always do. I fortify the cities around our borders, and then people come in and fuck up our other cities. Like, it's so stupid. We're going to fuck these guys up. Oh my gosh. You know what? I don't really care. The guards, or whoever, the black guard, they're really good. Now, they are begging for peace. That's okay. They are going to take more settlements. It's just this constant back and forth. I'm trying to keep our homeland very secure. Not letting in any internal threats make any pushes. Not let us lose any land or have any land grabs internally. And it's all going to go pretty well. We're going to go ahead here, keep pushing against the High Elves. Pretty sure the High Elves are coming from our left side, too, if I can see them. Torux and us are friends now. Yep, they wrapped back around, took this settlement, or... No, they aren't even taking it. They're sacking it and then taking attrition. They are, however, harassing this settlement, Hag Grief. They just really want to fucking eat that settlement alive. And for good reason. Good reason. We're pushing forward here. We're going to fight a couple battles, kill a couple of these armies. They can't produce them faster than we can kill them currently, which is good. Because they came up here with, 4 armies per faction, and now they're able to, produce a good half stack every, 2 every turn, and we're able to kill 3 or 4 of them, which is a good exchange. The only issue with everything is I don't want to give and take. These are the high elves. I hate them. Hate them. You guys heard me all those years ago. God, was it the Wood Elf campaign? I fucking hate elves. Now, I am elves this time, but, I don't know. I do have a certain disdain for elves. Within some context. It's not absurd. Ooh. Let's retreat that real quick. They're going to win that. I couldn't even not auto-resolve that. Like I said, it's our northern defense. Let's attack this. What is this? Pyrrhic victory. I don't want to lose those witch elves. That seems absurd. Ah, now they're attacking because we lost those witch elves. Well, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to eat you guys alive. What is this? This is a chaos army? They're about to see the power of the dark elves. Not sure why the fuck I couldn't swallow there. I was like, gulp. I could not fucking function for a second there. Our heroes are going to do work. Like, absolute work. So is our lord. She's an absolute beast. Well, actually, all of our units are. We have, like, berserker style hit, like, just heavy damage infantry. Will flee when there's not enough of them to keep fighting. Kind of a good style of combat. See how quickly their numbers just fucking, of the units they have, just completely disappear. I was focusing fire on their hell cannon, but I think I've ended up just sending a unit back there. Or maybe we have, how many artilleries? Yeah, we have like 2 artilleries focusing the hell cannon. We need something to focus their lord. We just got our second Rage of Cain or whatever, so that's going to absolutely rip them up compared to what we were doing. And that's about be unit losses. That should be. I mean, we've lost a couple units, but in all reasonableness, yeah. With another ability like that, that's just a booster, that is going to be unit losses. Oh, we lost a hero. That's sad. Then they went for him, which doesn't make any sense. Tyrion's over here attacking my fucking settlement. Not sure why. We just ate him alive. Now there's chaos up here. They wiped that settlement. They attacked this settlement. Gosh, it's every time. They always do wipe out a couple settlements. So they're over there. We've got him up there, though, to do that. We've got to resettle this before they come back next time. And we won. That is all of the threat. Pretty much. Down here at the south, we still have Axolotl as a threat. So we'll go ahead and just eat him alive. It's no real issue. And then we've, of course, got rebellions. Look at that. They got Mournfang Cavalry go insanely hard. And then, as punishment to Axolotl, I'm just going to take a settlement up here. I wasn't gonna, but now I'm gonna.
In the north reigned the 4th sacrifice. One close to the cold heart of the sorceress. A warrior, an enslaver, a warlord, a lover. Not that her beauty was spared the assassin's blade. The prize of a murdered paramour is not to be given freely. Only a brother could offer a sister such a gift.
Yet another cutscene. I do really like those. That imagery with the mouths flowing down with blood. It's really nice. Who's this? Who's back? Is that Tyrion? Oh, it says going against the cult of pleasure. A lot of people are going against the cult of pleasure. They're doing something down there. I think that was the issue with the Sisters of Avalorn, or what are they called? I don't remember. Ah, shit, here we go. So, this is where things switched around. You know, we were at constant war with the elves, but it ain't an issue anymore. You wanna know why? You wanna know why? We're about to fuck these dudes up. This is about to be pretty unbelievable. It's gonna be pretty great. So we're gonna go ahead. We're not going after him right now. Even though he retreated, we wanted to go after him with full health because he had the Sword of Cain. Sword of Cain is an absolute bitch breaker. But we took out of his allies, so we ended up doing it. Ha. You know, all 4 of those dudes that died up there is probably because of the Sword of Cain. Like, unironically, that's like the only answer. They just get eaten alive. Sword of Cain will mess you up. Alright, so we're going to send this dude up. And, you know what? I'm going to claim it. I have high public order. Almost no rebellions. It's worth it. You just have to build around public order. And then there's no issues. Oxalotl came back. You know, he took back that settlement. We didn't mind. He can have it. But he, you know, overstretched a little bit too far. Go do your missions. Kill fucking Torox. Don't mess with me, dude. And now we've got some quest battles. You know, we've got to prepare for these final battles. And I always like doing the quest battles. Anyway, I had a reason why I was doing these. I'm doing them because he is the Sword of Cain. He's thirsting for war. And I thought of it as like a cool, he's going to go complete all these optional battles because he can. His health is pretty fucking insane. I kept him pulled up almost the entire time. And he just causes fear, causes terror, and just eats people alive, dude. Like, I sent him up to solo deal with stuff. We have 2 monstrous units. We have cavalry. We've got Cold One Cavalry plus Mournfang. I wasn't sure how I felt about Mournfang. And then we've got our Bulwark, which is our Blackguard and our Crossbowmen. And they're going to eat that alive. Look at that. He is a really good spellcaster. And he's now the strongest fighter in the game with the Sword of Cain. I think you and Bo maybe could fuck him up. Who else could fuck him up? Maybe Malice Darkblade. There's a couple of those fighters that are just band for band some of the strongest fighting force just solo in the world. We're gonna go do another quest. It's the inverse of that quest we're always doing. I forget what it's called. Yeah, it's this one. It's in the same valley. It's the inverse. It gives us a different item. We're backing up our allies this time. And then they're going to have their allies come from the sides to flank us. It's literally the exact same. Malekith's just going to eat these dudes alive. He's not going to get messed up too bad. It's not really possible. He's got all this magic. Look at it just tearing up their lines. That is pretty crazy. He's in combat with a bunch of stuff, but he is still just winning combat. Like, he's getting, you know, beaten the fuck up. Yeah, to be fair. He's not immortal. There are other heroes who are more immortal than him, for sure. Like, a ton more heroes that just, their melee is just crazy. I'm trying to think of all of them. I know, what's his face, the vampire count. I don't remember his name. The Von Karstein, whatever. He's just the goat. And then there's a couple others that are just the absolute beasts that they are. Then what is this? Seems some sort of a demon attacked us. Not really sure why. Cult of Pleasure, we're going to go ahead. They have 2 settlements left. We're going to go ahead, engage diplomacy, get them over so we don't lose the legendary lord. And then we're going to let... So my mom doesn't die. I forget she's my mom. But no, we're going to go ahead, get her over here. Then she got attacked. Marathi, she got attacked. We let her die. I wasn't going to fight any of those battles down there because I didn't want to hold any of that territory. I wanted to let them, lose that territory, and then, or let us lose that territory, and then inevitably they would either sue for peace, or, it would be pretty simple. This dude's full overextended into our territory. We aren't going to play around with that. We're going to eat him alive. It's not that hard. We've got a bunch of hybrid units in this army, so he's a pretty good auto-resolver, especially against Skaven. And then there we lost our second settlement down there. And now we're going to wait for them to demand peace or to fuck off is like the two options. They were already all the way up there in our territory, which is pretty scary. We've got a lot of these... I think this is Clan Rictus. He was just like full force in our territory from what I can tell. Like, oh my gosh. That's pretty scary. He's eating us alive. I really, I don't understand the context of this. This has been a editing disaster, if there's ever been one. Excuse my chair, guys. It was 3 days of editing the video. I've just been playing and editing Terraria while I do it. 3 days of editing the video, and then, like, just today's voiceover. They spawned by Nagarund, which is pretty cool that they actually spawned in our territory. Because, to me, this means that they are just not going to be able to do shit. Like, Nagarund could hold against 5 Skaven armies easily. Like, watch. No losses, first one. We're going to go for that every time. They attack this other one with 2 stacks. Doesn't matter. He's our fucking fleet master. He pays no money. Like, he pays no money to field troops. We're going to lose 2 of the Black Guard. That's fine. I don't mind that either. And then there we go. We're going to keep our sword. It's thirsting after we killed all those dudes. I was about in that take and rest, but I realized we're about to have a fucking, 3-minute cutscene. Holy shit. What the hell? 3 minutes. You guys are always welcome to skip through it. I like putting them in so when I rewatch the videos for entertainment, it doesn't ill affect me. So I can understand what's going on. Because I do rewatch these videos. I love watching them. I improved my mic quality for me, not for you. These guys are from across the fucking ocean, I think. And they've pushed up here. I don't fucking get it. It's absurd. They are just constantly harassing in and out of my territory. It's nonsense. I really don't like them, just in general. The lizardmen, I'm their number one threat, I guess, because I'm the strongest on the world map. I affect their great plan, but with that, it's another cutscene.
The 5th and final sacrifice was closest to the sorceress, both in bond and vicinity. She named him brother. She named him Shadowblade. But he was not the victim. He never was. The betrayal amused one who had watched from afar. The fabric of reality was torn. From the realm of ruin, the Skaven's horned god mocked its prey and revealed his plan. The celestial event that weakened the vortex was of Skaven design. A parody of the true comet. The Council of 13, the Rat Men's highest authority, were architects of this grand manipulation. Its task complete and fuel expended, the rocket fell back to the surface. When the wreckage was discovered, its purpose remained unclear until now. It was the catalyst to weaken the vortex and goad the other races into action. They knew the Witch King would seek to dominate the vortex, but they were ready. Every ritual cast, the magic was stolen, absorbed into the Horned Rat's bell. Now soaked in ritual power, the bell will be moved to Ulthuan's heart. If it tolls 13 times, the Horned God shall emerge from the vortex, the world doomed. While other races focused on controlling the vortex, the Rat Men have been using a cursed bell to steal their ritual magic. There's no time for a murderer to grieve his sister.
Long ass cutscene, but you know what? It basically spells the end for everything we'll have to do. We've got, what, half a ritual left before our next one. I think we might even be doing the ritual right now. I mean, it looks like it. We're fighting some Skaven. Yeah, we're ritualed up, it seems, and we're gonna keep our sword. It's going to its final form. Yeah, hell yeah, dominating. It gives us upkeep for all armies, but we can't afford it. And we just, this is fucking great. There's no way to say it. This is great, dude. We're doing pretty badass. I don't know. Warhammer 3, it feels like you're level 50 before you ever complete a campaign, but in Warhammer 2, it's pretty rough. We're offering this fine lady a bunch of money to come join us, which is, I'm pretty sure my wife got wiped out, so valid. And that we basically have no more threats. So we're just going after all of our remaining threats in the region, just eliminating, confederating, getting rid of them in preparation for this final ritual to be over in the final cutscene, so then we can go ahead and, do the final battle. It's going to be like 10 minutes of fucking solid combat. But, it's the last final battle of its kind. Next, we've got Throt, which is
With Felician's blood, the chalice is full, and Malekith may drink. The liquid inside, no poison this time, but an elixir that will make his body ready to absorb the vortex. But first, a god must be halted. The accursed Skaven. They claim the vortex, their devious schemes twisting it into a portal. If the bell sounds 13, the Horned God steps unto the mortal realm. Forces gather on the Isle of the Dead, where the greatest battle of our age will be fought. The treacherous Gracie Skaven assemble at the eye of the
And there we
vortex
go, you rapscallions. It's time for the final battle. We'll load on in here. It's time to... It's basically the same battles with the High Elves, but reversed. I mean, I think if you do Lizardmen, it's the same thing, but Dark Elves and High Elves attack. And if you do Skaven, not Eshin, it's... If you do any of the others, it's High Elves, Lizardmen, and Dark Elves. Sorry, I'm fucking fumbling for words. I'm a bit exhausted, if you guys can't tell. It's been a day. It's like 4 p.m. and I'm already ready to go to bed, but that's pretty normal for me. Let's get all these Skaven just completely broken. It won't be that hard. I've already got a lot of units hurting. I don't like to see it. We're going to set up over here for when the High Elves come in. It's not going to be an issue, or it will be. I won't spoil anything. But yeah. Turns out the High Elves are coming from the other side. So let's go ahead and set up on this side instead. You know, we can make a nice little choke point. And we can block the flanking with our Calv. That's another good thing for Calv, whatever the fuck. They can block flanking, and then we're going to send Malekith and the Malekith in here to just spam some spells and eat them up, get them retreating. Deal a lot of damage. He's kind of good at it. He's a beast, and then we'll bring him back and just let everyone else do the work. Because we've just weakened the absolute shit out of them, so they aren't really going to be that much of a threat as they walk up. And our range is going to outclass them slightly, and then we're going to use shit like these explosions and stuff. We'll send our flying stuff after their flying stuff. We're going to send Sword of Cain to go eat them alive. Shouldn't be that hard. We've got these explosions just ringing true. We just fucked up their dragon with our dragon. I mean, our dragon is just going to eat the absolute shit out of their dragon. There's nothing to it. And then we're going to send our Cav to confront their Cav. Our dragon to breathe on their remaining ranged troops. And yeah, no, our infantry held out. They barely got attacked. And now it's time for the Lizardmen. Had to make sure our back line didn't get busted. That's why I looked around so frantically. I expected this quest battle to be a lot different. A lot more different. But ended up being pretty much the same. But that's not entirely a bad thing. Let's do that. Their initial scouting party just got eaten alive. I do love this battle for a couple reasons. I mean, it's like... I want to say you're facing 3 full armies of troops total, which is pretty badass. I mean, yeah, it's set up to be a little bit easier, but that's half the fun of it. And we didn't really go in with Malekith using all of his spells and shit this time. We just kind of, let our infantry and stuff take care of it. And there was a reason behind this. Just this time, I didn't want to do all that shit, and then I could use it for our next one right after. Our infantry did kind of get fucked up, really badly, abysmally badly, by their spellcasters. Lizardmen have an extremely strong spellcasters. It's part of the great plan. But they will retreat all the same when they get eaten alive by our crossbowmen. It's not going to be too much of a challenge. Malekith used up all of our Winds of Magic, so we aren't going to really use any more Winds of Magic until the next little battle. But we are going to bring these troops over here to wipe up their javelins and shit. There, they retreated, and now a Grey Seer is coming up, which is going to be great. We're going to bring Malekith in there to do some fucking work. We're going to hit them with some dragon spells from Malekith and our black dragon, maybe. Heal up our front line, shouldn't be an issue. And we'll blow up a lot of their troops. We just want to make sure the rattling gunners and shit aren't going too hard. Look at that. Yeah, no, we're just blowing up a lot of their infantry, a lot of their ranged. It's not going to be a real issue. And we'll get to send in a lot of our monstrous units for this. Just boom. I got the explosions down at this time. I figured out you just put like a step in front of them. Because it's just 5 seconds and they're marching. Boom. Now we're sending our dragons down into there. We're sending all of our war beasts forward, our cav, everything. And they're just going to break quicker than anything else. And then, of course, we have another video. And then we'll do the outro real quick. And then I got put in music and stuff, and then I'll export the shit out of this and we'll go have some fun. So yeah, let's fucking good ass campaign. It was really enjoyable. I've enjoyed returning to Warhammer 2 about as much as playing Warhammer 3, which is really nice. I hope they put the Vortex in Warhammer 3.
A horned god banished, vermin purged from the island's shores. The Witch King has the prize.
Warhammer and its vortex are mine.
My son has his revenge.
And so the vortex is ready to receive its dark elf master. A new era begins. But there will always be enemies to fight and wars to wage.
And that is the end. Hell yeah. Malekith, everyone else, Crone Hellborn, everyone. It was a good campaign. We fought hard. We won. It was great. Yeah, no. Yeah. Fuck. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or whenever you're watching this. Hope you guys come back for more. If not, I hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope to see you guys again next time. If not, that's all right. There's not much else to say other than I'm thankful for you guys still watching. I know Warhammer 2 isn't as popular as it once was, but it means the world to me that people still watch, that people still enjoy. It means the world to me. Every person who views this, likes it, comments, or even subscribes, I'm never going to, beg, but just know, I try to reply to every comment. I try to be involved. And it means the world to me that I see familiar faces in my comments and stuff, and that's just the most lovely thing ever. So all I can say is, thank you. It's so much fun to get to game and to get to show it to the world, and I don't think I'll ever be more thankful for anything. So thank you guys so much.